Hi, this is Dale O'Shields, pastor of Church of the Redeemer. Thanks so much for joining me today for our devotional time. So glad that you're a part of this. I want to talk to us today, as we talked a little bit about yesterday, the whole idea of resolving conflicts and dealing with differences in relationships. In life, we do have those moments when we have relationship conflict. We have differences with people. And if we're not careful in the midst of those differences, our words can escalate, our attitudes can turn sour, we can find ourselves fighting with another person emotionally and struggling in that relationship. And then there's that division that happens. And we're talking about how to overcome that. Let me read you a verse of scripture actually from the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 18. The scripture says, "Don't quarrel with anyone, be at peace with everyone, just as much as possible." And then Romans 14, verse 19 says, "So then make it your top priority to live a life of peace with and harmony in your relationships, eagerly seeking to strengthen and encourage one another." What I want to talk to you about here just for a moment is how do you conquer, how do you overcome conflicts? What do you do when a conflict has arisen in a relationship? I'm going to be very simple today, but the simple principles oftentimes are the most powerful. And what will help you to deal with conflict in relationships is to make sure that you place a high priority, a high value on peace. That above and beyond the conflict, that what you're longing for, what you're working toward is peace. To realize that even though there may be a difference, to change that perspective of instead of being opponents in a conflict, that you're actually teammates working on a problem, that you're working on a problem that results in peace. This is extremely valuable in a marriage relationship when two people realize, we're not enemies, we're not opponents. We need to work toward the problems to resolve them and not to be at odds with one another. And as soon as you make that shift and you change that perspective from viewing that other person as an opponent to viewing the other person as a teammate, things really do begin to change because suddenly you're teaming up together to solve a problem, not to fight with one another. So let me encourage you, pursue peace. Make it a high priority. Make it a high value. Make sure that you're turning those that have become your enemies back into your friends again.